Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, March 1st.
We need to get our arms around lawsuit abuse while still allowing good claims to move forward.
A recent national study finds lawsuit abuse in Florida costs families an average of more than $5,000 a year. Amy Cherry takes a closer look.
That's a lot of money as we're all staring down high costs for just about everything amid inflation. House Speaker Paul Renner, who represents the 19th District, which includes Flagler and St. Johns counties, explains the crux of the problem.
If somebody engages in real misconduct, we want them to get hammered versus the litigation mills that are churning out these cases for $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 because they know once the suit's filed, it's just a cheaper proposition for a business or an insurer just to write the check, even if they're right. What that does is drives up the cost for everyone, because those costs get built into your premiums and my premiums, and we've never made a claim. So that's what we're seeing in Florida with property insurance premiums that are skyrocketing, auto insurance that's higher than the national average. These kinds of things need to end.
The same study found the state spends $50 billion on litigation every year. That's why Governor Ron DeSantis, Renner, and others are trying to pass what they're calling the most significant legal reform in modern history. House Bill 873 would reduce frivolous litigation and predatory practices that lead to insurance fraud and abuse. The measure would also halt a person's ability to sue in the event of an auto crash if they're more than 50% responsible for their injury. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A variety of crimes were committed in Flagler County this past weekend.
In addition to 2 fugitives caught with narcotics, Flagler County Sheriff's Office deputies made 17 arrests this past weekend. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Fugitives, narcotics, and serial shoplifters highlighted the arrests that were made. Our deputies did an outstanding job catching 2 fugitives, one wanted in Flagler County, another one wanted in Martin County during a traffic stop. They also found them in possession of narcotics. A female was also arrested after she stole a car that had been left in a driveway with the engine running. Finally, serial shoplifters were caught at Home Depot after they stole merchandise worth $2,300. And they had previously been found shoplifting but not caught on February 24th, where they had also stolen about $2,000. They found out that Home Depot was the wrong place to go to get free tools. All of these offenders and others ended up spending some of the weekend at the Green Roof Inn.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
WNZF has an update on a project that will give Flagler County's trail system a significant enhancement.
It's a pedestrian bridge over State Road 100 near Colbert Lane. County Commissioner Dave Sullivan says it will be a tremendous asset.
The big feature of it that's not there yet is the structure up on top, which will kind of duplicate the A-frame at the pier, which will still be there even though the pier is going away. So the idea is to tie it into our community. Our intersection on Interstate 95 and Route 100 is the closest point on the East Coast for Interstate 95 to the actual Atlantic Ocean. So I think it all is going to fit in with our ecotourism.
Sullivan says there won't be a tax increase to pay for construction.
The interesting thing about it is it's not really coming out of the general fund. It's money coming from taxpayers, but through the state. It was authorized like 9 years ago, 10 years ago. It took a while to put together. And you're building that bridge for like $10, $12 million, which if you tried to do it again today would be $25 million.
A ribbon cutting is planned for late spring or early summer. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
What is the difference between 4-H and FFA?
The clover leaf with the letter H on each leaf stands for head, heart, health, and hens. Penny Buckles takes it from there.
It teaches them farming, healthy living, and useful life skills.
She's the president of the Flagler County Fair Youth Show.
FFA teaches responsibilities, leadership, personal growth. They're all about feeding and growing of the growing population.
Buckles said that FFA is all about growing the crops and the food. Lifeline is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 9. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.